Mike Tyson has issued a strong warning to Jake Paul ahead of their much-awaited showdown. Tyson has begun his training camp, leaving spectators impressed by his incredible hand speed and devastating power. The video shows Tyson pushing through an intense training session with his coach, Rafael Cordero, concentrating on pad work and building endurance. It ends with Tyson sending a chilling message straight to Paul, leaving viewers uneasy. On top of that, Tyson has now delivered yet another frightening warning aimed at Paul.
Day 4, it was okay, but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. And get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
Meanwhile, during a podcast episode with Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson spoke about a confrontation he had with Jake Paul. Tyson recalled running into Paul, explaining that they were in the same vicinity, essentially occupying the same space. This occurred while Tyson was on someone's boat, where Paul also seemed to be present.
Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was big, but culturally, you versus Jake Paul, like this young YouTuber takes on one of the greatest heavyweight champions that's ever lived.
I love that. Sounds good. Hey, everybody listen.
God.
Continue, please.
Are you listening to this? If he's willing to do it, you know how crazy it is if he's willing to do it?
I saw Jake Paul. I was in St. Bart's. I don't know who I was on somebody's boat, and he was there.
Rogan replied by highlighting how big a fight between them could be, suggesting it would be massive because of the attention it would draw. In response, Tyson showed his excitement and signaled his readiness by implying they should move forward with it.
All right, put a picture of me and
his brother's great too. Logan's a really nice guy.
Please?
But my point is, that fight would be gigantic. Because first of all, everybody would want to see what.
Let's do it, Jakey.
However, Campbell Hatton has raised concerns, suggesting that the training clips of Mike Tyson may be misleading fans into believing he is fully prepared to face Jake Paul in the ring. He believes the footage is being strategically used to justify the fight. Hatton explained that people are getting carried away because Tyson looks extremely dangerous in training videos, but they are basing their confidence on his past abilities. He emphasized Tyson's age, pointing out that while his punching power remains impressive, lasting multiple rounds and taking shots at 57 years old is a serious challenge. Hatton also warned about the potential negative impact a Tyson loss could have on young fans who have been captivated by his training clips. He cautioned that if Jake Paul were to knock Tyson out due to his age and reduced durability, it could send the wrong message to younger audiences who discovered boxing through YouTube. On the other hand, Jake Paul has responded to Tyson's intense warning after Tyson questioned whether Paul still wanted the fight. Paul reacted quickly, tweeting, yes, I do." Paul is set to face Tyson while coming off 3 straight wins, with his most recent victories against lower-ranked professional opponents. In a recent interview, Paul said he still finds it unbelievable and surreal, admitting he is trying to fully process it. He recalled that when they first faced off, he started laughing, stepped away, and questioned what was really happening. We already know that Tyson and Paul have come face to face for the fight announcement, but fans are now wondering when the official press conference will take place. While no official details have been confirmed yet, insiders suggest it could happen sometime next month. Until then, fans can continue to follow the ongoing stream of warnings and training footage from both Tyson and Paul.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
No problem. Saturday, July 20th. See you there.
Meanwhile, after hearing about the matchup between Tyson and Paul, Oscar de la Hoya shared concerns about Tyson's safety when facing a much younger opponent. The Golden Boy Promotions CEO opposed the idea of Tyson competing against someone nearly 3 decades younger. Oscar explained that he has long believed Jake Paul has the potential to win a world title, but only if he chooses a different path. He stated that fighting Mike Tyson is not the right route in his view. De La Hoya broke down the pros and cons of a Tyson versus Paul matchup, while encouraging Paul to follow a more traditional route toward becoming a world champion. Despite his concerns, he also voiced confidence in Tyson's ability to knock Paul out, noting the age gap between them and stressing that if Paul truly wants to be taken seriously in boxing, he should work his way up through ranked contenders and champions rather than taking this route. In another interview with ES News, Oscar emphasized the level of opposition Tyson faced during his prime, adding that punching power is usually the last thing a fighter loses. He suggested that if Tyson lands a clean shot, it would likely be lights out for Paul. However, he also acknowledged that this outcome depends on Tyson being able to connect. De La Hoya mentioned rewatching the Tyson-Roy Jones fight and felt Tyson performed well. Tyson, who looked sharp ahead of that 2020 exhibition, has never been shy about giving his opinion on Paul's boxing journey. Back in April 2022, he praised Paul's decision to step into boxing, saying the sport needs figures like him because top fighters are not always facing each other. Reflecting on the situation this week, Jake Paul recalled his own rise, saying it is surreal to think that in just his second professional fight, he went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard. Less than 4 years later, he is now preparing to face Tyson himself, aiming to prove whether he has what it takes to defeat one of boxing's most feared fighters and iconic figures. Meanwhile, Tony Jeffries, the former Olympic boxing medalist turned coach, has also shown interest in sharing his deep boxing insight on the matchup.
Tyson's last professional fight was nearly 20 years ago in 2005, although he did have an exhibition fight with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, where Jake Paul, on the other hand, has been having fights regular, keeping active, training as good, if not better, than most professional boxers.
Tony was asked whether he had ever imagined a situation where the legendary Mike Tyson would try to impose himself on a much younger fighter. Jeffries responded with a calm and honest perspective. He said Tyson has nothing left to prove, and if things were to go badly, younger generations might only remember him as the older boxer who was knocked out by Jake Paul. Jeffries then shifted focus to what the fight could mean for Paul, calling Tyson a living legend and a true boxing icon. He pointed out that the opportunity benefits Paul far more than Tyson, stating that the fight is good for Jake, not for Mike. Steven Jackson, known for his blunt opinions, has also shared concerns about the upcoming bout during an episode of the All the Smoke podcast. A longtime admirer of Tyson, he reflected on Tyson's life journey and resilience, saying he does not want to see him risk his legacy against someone like Jake Paul. Although he acknowledged Paul's success, Jackson warned that if Paul were to knock Tyson out, it could lead to serious real-world consequences, showing the deep respect Tyson still commands and the controversial nature of the matchup. UFC light heavyweight contender Johnny Walker also gave his view on the fight, describing it as a business-driven matchup. He said it makes sense from a marketing perspective and believes both fighters will make a lot of money. Walker added that Tyson deserves the opportunity as a boxing icon and suggested it will likely be treated as an exhibition bout. Former world champion Amir Khan has also given his prediction, believing Mike Tyson would win by early knockout. Khan said no one ever expected a fight like this to happen and described Tyson as a legend who should not be taken lightly, even after years of retirement and exhibition bouts. He expressed serious concern for Jake Paul, warning that fighting a heavyweight legend like Tyson could result in real harm. Khan questioned Paul's decision to accept the fight and said he cannot understand why Paul would step in the ring with such a powerful and dangerous figure. Khan also suggested the fight might simply be hype, noting how both fighters announced it at the same time. While expressing disbelief and concern, he said he hopes Tyson does not seriously hurt Paul. He admitted uncertainty about whether the fight will truly happen, but stated that if it does, he sees Tyson winning by knockout. Khan concluded that even in his 50s, Tyson remains a dangerous man who should never be underestimated.